All right, y'all. So this is something, if I don't say so myself, third patient cured of HIV after receiving stem cell cancer treatment. Huh? A man known as the Dusseldorf patient has become the third person declared cured of HIV after receiving a stem cell transplant that also treated his leukemia, a study said on Monday. 2 other cases with both HIV and cancer, patients in Berlin and London, have previously been reported as cured in scientific journals following the high-risk procedure. Now the details of the Dusseldorf patient's cure have been revealed in the journal Nature Medicine. The 53-year-old man, whose name has not been released, was diagnosed with HIV in 2008, then 3 years later with acute myeloid leukemia, a life-threatening form of blood cancer. In 2013, he had a bone marrow transplant using stem cells from a female donor with a rare mutation in her CCR5 gene. The mutation has been found to stop HIV from entering cells. The Dusseldorf patient then ceased antiretroviral therapy for HIV in 2018. 4 years later, consistent testing found no trace of HIV returning in his body. The study said that, quote, this third case of HIV, one cure, provides valuable insights that will hopefully guide future cure strategies. Wow. So maybe we'll see more in the article about this, but I don't know if, are they saying you have to have HIV and cancer for this thing to work? Or can you get it with just HIV? Will it cure it? Will it cure the leukemia on its own? I don't know. These are open questions, at least right now. Let's see if they mention it in the article. The patient said in a statement that he was proud of my worldwide team of doctors who succeeded in curing me of HIV, and at the same time, of course, of leukemia. He said he celebrated in a big way the 10-year anniversary of his transplant on Valentine's Day last week, adding that the donor was the guest of honor. The recoveries of 2 more people with HIV and cancer, the so-called New York and City of Hope patients, were announced at different scientific conferences last year, though research has yet to be published on those cases. While a cure for HIV has long been sought after, the bone marrow transplant involved in these cases is a severe and dangerous operation, making it only suitable for a small number of patients suffering from both HIV and blood cancers. Finding a bone marrow, there you go, there's our answer. Finding a bone marrow donor with the rare CCR5 mutation can also be a major challenge. One of the study's co-authors, Azir Sayez Sirian of France's Pasteur Institute, said that during the transplant, quote, the patient's immune cells are completely replaced by those of the donor, which makes it possible for the vast majority of the infected cells to disappear. This is an exceptional situation when all the factors coincide for this transplant to be a successful cure for both leukemia and HIV. Wow, that is quite a story right there. And, I mean, I don't know how much commentary I have to add to this other than science is incredible. Jesus Christ. How did they replace all the stem cells? By the way, just stem cell treatment in general, it has a variety of applications. Most of them are experimental, like they're not totally approved. But there's been some real good anecdotal evidence that this stuff works for a number of things. Rogan talks about how he had some pretty bad problem with his knee. It might have been a torn meniscus or something like that, and he got some stem cell injections, and then it doesn't happen right away, but over time, it just totally cured the issue. And he had an issue, like he tried different treatments previously and had no impact whatsoever. And actually, Crystals has an issue with her knee, so, you know, I hope we can get her some of this stem cell treatment at some point because, you know, it bothers her. Quite often, it bothers her. Like, it makes it kind of hard for her to walk at certain times, but that's amazing just that it does that. But now you're hearing stories of stem cell treatment that effectively cured HIV and a particular kind of cancer. It's like, when you read a story like this, you think, wow, if they can do this, they can do anything, right? With enough time and enough data, you know, you find maybe we will have the ability in due time to treat a variety of different illnesses that right now we're sort of in the dark about. I mean, it reminds me of, remember how they discovered penicillin, antibiotics, and how, like, it was an accident. It was an accident that they discovered it, and they realized, oh my God, this, like, kills bacterial infections. And so now, if you have a bacterial, you know, illness, you go to the doctor, you get antibiotics, and it works. It just kills it, just stops it dead. I used to get strep throat all the time as a kid, and then you go and you do whatever they gave you, amoxicillin or whatever it is. It's like bubblegum flavored for the kid. You drink it, and you know, you're better, like, very quickly. It's kind of amazing that we just, like, sort of accidentally stumbled upon that. Now, of course, now you have the issue today of antibiotic resistant antibiotics that are not working as well as they once did, so they have to keep making them a little different, or in some instances they go back to like the previous old school generations of the antibiotics in order to try to, defeat staph infection and things of that nature. So there's issues there, but the fact that we stumbled across that is amazing. We still, at this late date, have not found the antibiotic equivalent for viruses. I mean, there's some antivirals that people could take that help in one way or another, and of course we have vaccines, which if you take it before, it'll make it so you're protected from the worst effects of various illnesses, of various viruses, I should say. But we still don't have like an antiviral treatment that's as effective with viruses as antibiotics are with bacterial infections. But look, this stuff fascinates me, and it's weird. One of the things you always go back to is, like, I always hear stem cells are almost like for many things, they have the potential, at least, to be sort of like a miracle cure, which is amazing. Also, you guys remember when Vice did that report, how certain cancers they found a way to cure with this experimental treatment where they would give people a different illness, and that illness would like eat all the cancer. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was a big Vice special, I want to say back in like 2015 or something like that. We covered it on the show because it was incredible results. But I don't know, I feel like the general consensus now is that they kind of overstated how good that stuff was. Anyway, really interesting case. Science is amazing, man. It really is. And these people are heroes who are coming up with these sorts of treatments to help people. Because, man, that helps give you a lot of hope that maybe we could figure out some of this terrible stuff moving forward. Biden always talks about we're going to find a cure for cancer. Dude, just give everybody universal health care first, right? like this whole, we're going to, do the moonshot and try to cure cancer. It's like, we could just give everybody health care, and that would save 45,000 lives every single year. Probably more, really. But, I mean, curing cancer would be good too, but I guess I'm a little skeptical on that front to get some widespread cancer cure. Like I said, the Vice thing, it was certain kinds of cancer and seemed to work, giving them another illness, but I don't know. You haven't heard much about it since then, which leads you to believe maybe they did overstate it. Anyway, I hope this is not overstated because this is some phenomenal stuff. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you all to death. Thank you, as always, for listening. Do me a big favor. Click the like. Click the subscribe button. Trying to get to 1 million subs. We're close. We're so close, I could taste it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, want to get the gloriousness of that 1 million sub number. So, also click the bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. That helps us sort of subvert the algorithm because the algorithm, of course, is not that kind to us. You can listen to the entire show on Spotify. If you guys would like, we now post the entire show. Every day we do a show over on Spotify, so you don't have to go video for video. You can listen to the whole thing in one block. And much love to all the patrons of this show. If you'd like to support this show, remember, we don't talk to any advertisers, and we want to keep it that way. We will keep it that way. Just click the Patreon link below and donate $5 a month or whatever it might be. And thank you to everybody who is a Patreon supporter. And thank you to all the supporters of Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. You guys definitely want to go sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack because we have some big stuff coming up soon. Can't spoil too much. But $5 a month, and then you get the video of each interview the day before. Everybody else, it's okay. You can listen for free to the audio version of the podcast. You could just give your email on Substack, and you don't have to pay anything, and then you just get it delivered to your inbox as soon as it comes out. Anyway, all right, guys. I love you all very much. I'll talk to you soon. Everybody have a great rest of your day. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take $0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.